Hello everybody, it is me, Super Godzilla Final War here, and today I am back once again with another video. Today, I got some really good news. Now for starters, I want to say I am super sorry for not uploading a whole lot lately. I have just became both lazy and bored. Well, not bored, but both lazy and a little busy. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm now back. So don't worry, I'm not dead. I'm not gone. But today I got some really cool information. Sorry about that. Anyways, so I got some information about Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire sequel. Yes, that's right. Godzilla X Kong is going to get a sequel. Now, I know what you're going to be wondering. Did the movie do that well? For starters, I want to get one thing clear. I have not seen the movie yet, so no spoilers. Okay? That goes for Godzilla Minus One as well. I have not seen those two movies. Okay? No spoilers. Please, no spoilers. But I have seen a lot of spoiler-free reviews. And the majority of them were really interesting and really good reviews. And not only that, but Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, believe it or not, only being released in theaters for only 2 days, it has already won $194 million worldwide. Yes, you heard me. $194 million worldwide. That is insane. That surpassed Godzilla Minus One within a way. Because Minus One only had, well, it did had $100 million worldwide, but now it had $110 million. Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire, surpassed that of Minus One. Literally, it surpassed that of Minus One. That is just crazy. It just surpassed Minus One that quickly. That's just insane to think that Godzilla Minus One is considered to be the best Godzilla movie out of all time. And here comes Legendary with their movie, and it somehow surpassed Minus One's movie. When I heard about that information, I was like, oh my god, are you kidding me? What the hell what happened? How did this movie surpass Minus One's worldwide success, or whatever? So yeah, the sequel is definitely going to happen, folks. It is definitely, without a doubt, going to happen. Now, what does this mean? Well, thanks to King Ghidorah 2003 and Space Final Wars, you might get a little upset about this, but trust me, at the same time, you're going to love it. And at the end of the day, you're going to actually be really grateful that King Ghidorah 2003 got this information. He was looking around on the internet, and he was mostly looking for new Godzilla figures, and he stumbled across Skyr Kingery's channel. Now, before you rage about it, Space Final Wars, he got this information. It says Godzilla X Kong sequel will have more Godzilla focus. Adam Wingard says the next movie he's planning will put more emphasis on Godzilla. He hints that if this movie does well, the sequel will explore Godzilla's story in more depth, similar to how Kong is treated in the current film. The next movie will be the Godzilla version of what we did in this movie, kind of pushing more deeper into his story. How crazy is that? Not only are we getting a sequel to the New Empire, the sixth installment to the MonsterVerse franchise, but it's going to be more focused on the G-Man, which was something I've been hoping for quite some time, because I'm not a big King Kong fan. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like King Kong, but I'm more like how do I say this? I'm like 100% a Godzilla fan, 90% a Gamera fan, and only 80% a Kong fan. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love Monster vs. Kong, and I do like his story so far, but I just love Godzilla more. Hashtag Team Godzilla. Anyways, so, what does this mean for the MonsterVerse? Well, it could mean a few things. It could mean, well, I'm sorry, folks. It's just that my cat keeps on distracting me. I don't know what she wants. Sorry about that. That, and I'm a little excited of talking about this because holy crap, it's just amazing. Anyways, so what does this mean? Well, if we look back at it, I do not consider Godzilla vs. Kong and Godzilla X Kong to be a Godzilla movie. And the reason why is because, well, it's clear, both of these movies are King Kong movies. They're not meant to be Godzilla movies. Even though it has Godzilla in it, they're not really Godzilla movies. They're just Kong movies. Godzilla had a fair amount of screen time in Godzilla vs. Kong, but for the New Empire, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's rather more screen time or just the same amount of screen time that he got in the previous movie. Plus, if we think about it, Godzilla was just mostly there in those movies to move the plot along for Kong's story. Sorry, again, cat likes to distract me. So, what does this mean? Who's going to be the main villain for the New Empire? Well, for now, we don't really know for sure, but a lot of people, I mean a lot of people are actually hoping that the next villain for the MonsterVerse is going to be Space Godzilla. Now I know what you're going to be wondering. How could Space Godzilla be part of the MonsterVerse? Well, my friends, I actually have a little theory about that. And it could be real, it could not be real. It could be true, it could not be true. But I believe this Sosala Halawa is Space Godzilla. Now, for those of you who are new and didn't heard about Sosohawa, I'm going to go on ahead and give you a little history, well, for what we do know. Sosohawa was first seen in the graphic novel Godzilla vs. Kong, and it was supposed to be a deleted scene where King Kong explores this weird temple in like Kong's little kingdom area, and they find this little room that shows the Kongs and Godzillas joining forces to defeat this winged Godzilla. And it has been given the name Sosala Halawa. Now, at first I didn't really pay attention to these because I just thought it was just so dumb. But now, recently, a bunch of people are talking about Sosala Halawa, showing cave paintings of Sosala Halawa from the graphic novel of Godzilla vs. Kong, and at this point, I was just like, okay, at this point, it has to be real. Now, what does this mean? Well, it could mean that Space Godzilla could finally get his grand return. Which is great if we think about it, because he hasn't been seen ever since 1994. 1994 was his last movie. That was the last time we ever seen or heard of Space Godzilla being a part of a Godzilla movie. He's made several appearances in Godzilla video games and Godzilla comic books. And the reason why I believe it's Space Godzilla is because, well, a lot of fans consider him to be Godzilla's arch nemesis. Even though I consider King Ghidorah to be Godzilla's arch nemesis because he fought him more than Space Godzilla did. Anyways, Space Godzilla was proven to be one of the most powerful Godzilla villains. Right up there with King Ghidorah, Destroyer, Bagan, and so far they're the only most powerful Godzilla villains. Just King Ghidorah, Bagan, and Destroyer. Anyways, plus Space Godzilla is one of my favorite kaiju. Well, he's one of my favorite Godzilla villains. Right up there with King Ghidorah and Bagan, and, well, Destroyer is last, because Space Godzilla is technically third. Bagan is second, and King Ghidorah is, well, first. Now, I also may have a theory about this next film. Again, it's just a theory. It could be real, it could not be real, but in the end, it's just a theory. But since Godzilla x Kong The New Empire is practically a Son of Kong movie, and this is even somewhat confirmed because, well, look at the trailers. We see a lot of Kong and Zuko together. Plus, before this movie was even announced as Godzilla x Kong, and went by the fan name, Son of Kong.